Title: Aliens trapped a human with dragons, only to discover he was far more dangerous than they thought. Dash. ##### Chapter 1, The Experiment. The Zorathians were a proud and ancient race, masters of genetic engineering and psychological warfare. They had conquered countless species by exploiting their deepest fears, pitting them against nightmarish beasts in their infamous hunting arenas. But humans were different. When they captured Captain Elias Vex, a notorious human warlord from the Terran Reckoning Corps, they thought they had the perfect subject. "Let us see how this primitive fares against the most lethal creatures in the galaxy," sneered High Overseer Zorkon. They threw him into the Crucible, a massive, terraformed prison where they bred their deadliest weapons, the Draconis Rex, fire-breathing apex predators with scales like starship armor and claws that could shred titanium. The Zorathians leaned in, eager to watch the human die screaming. They were about to regret everything. Dash. #### Chapter 2, The Dragon's Mistake. The first Draconis lunged, its maw dripping molten saliva. Elias didn't run. He didn't beg. He smiled. Before the beast could strike, he moved faster than any Zorathian had ever seen a human move. A combat knife flashed, and the dragon roared as its own talon was driven into its eye. Elias wasn't just surviving. He was hunting. The Zorathians watched in horror as he used the arena's terrain against the creatures, luring them into rock slides, redirecting their flames into explosive gas vents, even riding one into a death plunge off a cliff. By the third dragon's death, the remaining beasts hesitated. And then, they obeyed. Dash. #### Chapter 3, The Beast Master Rises. Something was wrong. The Draconis Rex were listening to the human. Elias had done the impossible, he had dominated them. Not through fear, but through something far worse, respect. The Zorathians panicked. "Activate the shock collars. Kill them all," Zorkon ordered. But it was too late. With a guttural command, Elias unleashed the dragons on their creators. The beasts tore through the observation decks, melting soldiers alive as Elias stormed the control room. When he finally stood before Zorkon, the overseer trembled. You were supposed to die." Elias grabbed him by the throat, his eyes burning with a predator's fury. "You picked the wrong monster to cage." Dash. #### Epilogue, A New Terror in the Stars. The Zorathian stronghold burned that day. Elias escaped, his reputation now legend. Some say he vanished into the void, a rogue warlord with an army of dragons at his back. Others whisper that he's still out there, waiting. Because if there's one thing the galaxy learned that day, it's this: never trap a human with dragons. You might just give him a weapon. Dash. Would you like a sequel? Maybe Elias returns with his draconic fleet to liberate other human prisoners. Or perhaps the Zorathians send something even worse after him. Let me know. Fire Dragon.